My name is Chapman and I work at the St. Abbs Marine Station.
And in terms of what you've been presenting at MASTS this week, could you tell us a little bit more about that?
Oh yeah, sure. I have done an e-poster today about the temporal and spatial distribution of native oysters in Loch Ryan.
What kind of things have you been doing? I presume you've spent a lot of time in the field.
Yeah, we have certainly spent a lot of time in the field. We've been going out weekly for the summer, from June to the end of September, taking water samples every week, and then taking those water samples back to St. Abbs and counting the number of bivalve larvae in the water. So we've only kind of very initially looked at the data so far, haven't done any full analysis yet, but what we have seen is that we have been able to see a peak in the numbers in July and August. We will hopefully then look at maybe how that relates to things like tides and moon phases, water temperature, salinity, and kind of hopefully be able to predict what kind of causes those peaks.
That's quite exciting, and I imagine, bearing in mind our shellfish growers around Scotland and also native oyster restoration around Europe, this has got some implementation in terms of legislation and policy.
Yeah, exactly. So this was actually a small part of a much larger project. So we were doing this work to essentially try to help the fishery in Loch Ryan, because while it is the only commercially operating fishery left in Scotland, they are on a low at the moment. So the idea is that if we can help them improve their fishery, the oysters that are found in Loch Ryan could then be used for restoration projects throughout the rest of Scotland.
That's really interesting. Thank you for talking to us.
Thanks, Hannah.